Hi there, my name's Peter Batt and this is my thought for the day. I'm sure you've all heard of the expression money for old rope. Well, I'm sure also you wouldn't be surprised to discover that selling the equivalent of money for old rope is as popular and as lucrative as it's ever been, particularly if you work in the banking sector. When a bank makes a loan, it doesn't actually lend you anything. It creates money out of thin air by typing some figures into a computer, transferring a balance into an account, and you repay that loan plus interest in monthly instalments for pretty much the rest of your life. That money, however, is based on nothing other than your promise to pay. 30 years ago, banks were required to keep 10% in reserve to cushion themselves against loan defaults and sort of like economic crises. With deregulation, typically that figure, the reserve figure, has fallen to less than 2%. So the bulk of the money that banks now create is basically created from nothing. It is imaginary, illusory money with pretty much no inherent value. And yet this money is very important because this debt money that the banks create makes up 97% of the total money circulating our economy here in the UK, in the US and much of the industrialised world. And what's more, even though this money never existed, they can charge us shed loads of money of interest. In the UK, British banking customers pay the banks between, depending on the prevailing interest rate, they pay their banks between 70 billion and 120 billion pounds every year in interest. That is a minimum of 192 million pounds a day. Okay, and remember, this is money that we pay the banks based on absolutely nothing. Now, you might think, well, this confirms the banks as a bunch of parasitic bastards. But here at Psychopath Economics, we like to celebrate such enterprise and alchemy, and frankly, such barefaced cheek. And I'd like to suggest that we celebrate it by coming up with our own completely harebrained ideas on how to charge the unknowing public absolutely shed loads of money for doing nothing. And I'd like to get the ball rolling by introducing to you the concept of fairy notes. Okay, so here we go. This is a picture of my back garden at night. And as you can see, we've got this thriving community of fairies. And I'll introduce some of them to you just to sort of like personalise this. There's hippy dippy, nasty smelly, crappy whippy munchy, parky arsey, noncy poncy, and Nigel, the cross-dressing elf. He's a real character, I can tell you. And the idea here is that for a nominal sum, you can own 10% of your favourite fairy, or even the elf if you want to go that far. So, for say £200, you could buy a fairy note, which would have the design and the image of your chosen fairy. And you could perhaps use that as a store of value and go out and try to buy goods and services. I'd like to see you try. And for the privilege, you have to pay me £70 a week. Now, you might think that sounds like quite a lot of money, but if you look at all of the costs and benefits of the money system that we currently use, and the fact that it has absolutely, the money itself has no inherent value, you'll find actually that you're paying considerably more than £70 a week. So I think this is actually quite a good deal. And remember, remind yourself just how lovely these fairies are. So I would like to encourage you all to come up with your own completely harebrained ideas on how an unknowing public can be charged shed loads of money for doing absolutely nothing. Please find the Psychopath Economics book page on Facebook, like the page, and send me your ideas and proposals. And those which meet my criteria, I will share and we can discuss. Anyway, I hope that's it for today. I hope you found that interesting, and until next time, bye!